Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well, thank you for joining me. Well, the situation out there, I don't think has improved any, has it? We had all the repercussions of what happened to those 3 young children, and we've seen all of the issues on the streets where initially concerned locals came out, parents, grandparents and all that sort of thing, and said, hang on, we've had enough of this. And then it all got hijacked, out of control, and all of these thugs and lunatics came in and started burning things and chucking stuff around and going completely mad. Obviously that's just handed the narrative and control of the situation over to the establishment, and it's not good. Well, we go days and days ahead. The riots and the protests seem to have calmed down somewhat, or at least there's no mention of them in the mainstream for the time being. But the issues still continue. We've had other incidents. We've had someone, in Manchester. We've had a double stabbing in Leicester Square, one of which is an 11-year-old child. Now, all the lefties on social media are trying to score a little bit of one-upmanship with this, saying, well, because it wasn't a Muslim attacker, where's all the fuss? Hang on a minute. A child has been stabbed. Again, another person has been in London. Again, now this is indicative of a serious crime issue in this country, which is one of the biggies in my mind, and it's truly terrifying. When are these issues going to be addressed? When are our streets going to be made to be safe? Once again, you get people knocking on the door, coming around arresting people like me for expressing an opinion online, where there's real incidents and real problems going on in the streets. I found it very telling and terrifying at the same time. A reaction video a few days ago by Keir Starmer. He was asked on GB News, now that things seem to have calmed down and got under control, are you actually going to address the source of people's concerns? Here's what he said.
If we have indeed turned a corner and seen an end to the violence, is now the time to engage with the underlying tensions that are in communities over the issue of immigration?
The first priority is safety and security of our communities. And yes, last night was much better than was expected, but we are not going to give up on our efforts here. That's why it's very important that I continue my discussions, coordinating with law enforcement, with police leaders, to make sure we've got the right officers in the right place, to keep pushing on the criminal justice response. I was very keen that we're able to demonstrate that if you're involved in disorder, within days you'll be in the criminal justice system, and some people starting long terms of imprisonment. That needs to continue, and so that is my sole focus.
There you go. He was asked a very direct question, and he completely swerved around the whole thing and said, well, yeah, but on the streets are going to prison for a very long time. Let's make our community safe, blah, 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 blah. And just didn't want to address the elephant in the room whatsoever. I saw a very interesting article earlier which compared him to Thatcher. And Thatcher come down hard on riots and protests, but actually made some kind of underlying effort to try and deal with the issues that caused them in the first place. Here's the article there. So all the while one goes around with their head in the clouds and doesn't acknowledge the source of the issues and keeps, dealing with the symptoms, it's not going to happen, is it, really? And we're going to go on and on down the same old line. How many more people are going to be arrested, and how many more crimes are going to be committed which aren't going to be dealt with effectively? That's what I'd like to know. The whole thing is terrifying, and it's not getting any better. You let me know what you think in the comments, any of your experiences as well. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share me on your socials, and as always, I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.